Well, hey, here I am again. Sakura. 1 second. Be quiet. Hey, this is Sakura. Yeah, I was earlier talking about hair products. Now I would like to talk about a book. This is a book that I'm reading right now, To Be a Slave, by Julius Lester. I think Julius Lester is a white somebody who collected different slave narratives and wrote this book. I think there are more books like this out there, like a collection of different slave narratives. But I this is the first one that I'm reading. I have read this book by Angela Davis, Race, Class, Gender, Race, Class. I don't know. It's a long time ago. And I think there were some excerpts of slave narratives in there, but this is the first complete book of slave narratives that I'm reading. And it's very interesting. It's just that I don't have enough time to really read it quick, but that's a book that you can read in a day. I find it interesting to read because some things are really new. I mean, we've known about slavery, like, and as an individual, you learn about slavery, like maybe when you really understand the whole concept, like when your parents explain to you that there was slavery and that they enslaved people that looked like you as a black person. When you're like maybe 10 or so. I don't remember when I came to my fullness of understanding slavery, but it's a while ago. And then you read a book like this, and then you realize you don't really know too much. All the movies and all this talk with people and songs maybe about slavery don't really bring it down to what the slaves themselves, the enslaved people themselves, had to say. And that's really interesting. It's really, really interesting how little I knew. It really takes you back there. Even if you haven't been there personally, it really takes you back there. You really can't imagine what it must have been like on the plantation, maybe in the hot sun all day. Had to wake up early, had to go to bed late, didn't have no free time, and and they came up with their little ways and tricks to deceive the slave master, but they really didn't see it as a deception. I mean, it wasn't, and they didn't see it as such. They saw it as, taking what belongs to them, taking the time that they own. It's a really interesting book, and maybe the frightening thing about it too is, like, I live in Jamaica right now. I grew up in Germany, but my parents, I'm off Jamaican descent, so that's why I live in Jamaica right now. I've been living here for a year now, and it's the first time that I've lived in Jamaica. I completely grew up in Germany, and I was born in America, so I'm kind of like off the world, obviously of African descent. And reading this book and living here and seeing that so little has changed is, even though I'm laughing right now, it's sad, it's frightening. And one thing out of many, many things I could really go on and off and deep into, but I'm not. One thing that I really noticed, how black people, at least in Jamaica, they really hate, or they don't see no value in, they don't realize the value in farming, agriculture, planting your own food, growing your own food. They don't see the value in that. They'd rather go to any kind of supermarket, even to the expensive supermarkets, even though they don't have the money, a lot of them. And like call farming backward living, like that's some kind of backward living. But I mean, at the end of the day, somebody has to farm and plant. in order to send that stuff to the supermarket so you can go and buy it. So why, why not just cut out the middleman and do it yourself and save money and, maybe make a living out of it. But no, that's backward living. That's backward thinking. And while a lot of, Indian, Chinese, white people, other races and cultures come here or to Africa or in their own country, like in America, farm and plant and love it and have fun doing it. And it's like, yay, I just love it. I just bought this 100 acres of land. Or what I once saw on TV, one dude, was it in Australia? Has like over 100 acres, more than 100 acres, like basically a whole village of land to himself, and he's just very excited about it. He has his own helicopter and flies over it every day and checks if everything's okay, But we're like, that's backward thinking. That's just weird, and I just think that's some kind of, slavery residue that we had to do it. We had to farm and plant. We didn't do it because we want to for a long, 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 long time. We just did it because somebody else said do it, and we didn't get the benefits off of it. So for us, it's just torture. All the way back to like my friend's mother, who was in her 40s. So she's not that old. It's not like hundreds of years ago. She's Jamaican, and she loves Jamaica, and she wants to come back to live here. They don't live here right now, but she wants to come back to live here. She's getting ready to come back. But when I look at the nature, for example, in Portland, Jamaica, everybody who comes here who's not native to Jamaica comes to Jamaica and is like, oh my gosh, it's paradise, it's so beautiful. And even me, who is Jamaican, but I didn't grow up here, so it has the same effect on me, the beauty of Jamaica, like, oh my gosh, it's paradise. But for a lot of Jamaicans, they just see poverty. They see the nature, they see just land where there's no concrete, and it symbolizes poverty to them. And my friend's mom, she said, when she looks at her land, she sees work. It reminds her of getting up early in the morning and having to work with her dad, and for her it's not like when I was there visiting their house, I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to live here, I want to stay here, like seriously, I wanted to stay there. But she doesn't see the same. And I noticed that a lot with Jamaicans. They just see poverty. They just see, oh, a building's supposed to be there, a bank is supposed to be there, a house is supposed to be there, some concrete road is supposed to be there, So, yeah, people always say slavery is so long ago, and what do we have to do with slavery, and I don't want to talk about slavery, and slavery this, slavery that, and no slavery. And yeah, slavery is long ago, in a way, but it's not. And 500 years later, this one virgin says, in order to move away from slavery, you have to move back to slavery. Not in a literal sense, but like in the sense of dealing with it, because we haven't dealt with it psychologically. None of us, not the black people, not the white people, none of us has psychologically dealt with it. And we got to do that. Or else we'll never really move away from it, because actually we haven't, as he said, we haven't really moved away from it. So we have to turn around and look at it and really deal with it in order to move away from it. This book might help for all those who don't know to be a slave by Julius Lester. Check it out.